The instant you install WordPress, you have a fully functional website. All you need to do is add content and choose a design. I feel that it's extremely important to plan out your content first, then see what design works best for you. This video will show you how to add the first kind of content called pages. Then we'll explain posts in the next video. And in video 7, we'll change our design by applying a new theme. So don't worry if the site looks different than what you want. I'm using this free WordPress theme to keep things really simple as we start out. So, if you want to follow along, go ahead and go to the Appearance section and click Activate on the 2013 theme. Before I show you how to create pages, take a minute to think about what kind of static content you want on your site. Now by static, I mean content that doesn't change much. That's the kind of information we use pages for. Look around at similar websites to get ideas of what to include on yours. Now once you plan out what pages you'll need, it's time to create them, which is surprisingly easy. So, let's create one right now. On the admin toolbar, click Pages. The first time you go here, you'll find a dummy page named Sample Page, which you can edit or delete. We'll just delete it by hovering over the title and clicking Trash. Then to create a new page, just click Add New. Let's make this an About Us page, so I'll type About Canyon View Dining for the title. Next, I'll add some page text. I've already written a business description in a word processor, so I'll copy that from my desktop application. If you're familiar with word processing, then most of these buttons should already be familiar, so I'll just explain the WordPress specific ones. And remember, play around with any buttons if you're not sure what to do. Oh, and by the way, if your text doesn't look like this, it's probably because you're on the text editor rather than the visual editor. You can toggle between them with these two tabs. The text editor lets you type HTML if you like, and if you don't know HTML, then just stay in the visual editor. This chain button turns your text or images into hyperlinks for visitors to click. Select the word you want to link, click the button, then type the URL. Remember the keywords we discussed in video 1 to help search engines prioritize your site? Well, the link title is a great place to use those, because search engines pay a lot of attention to links. I'll use my fine dining keyword right here. Now let's preview the page by clicking View Page and watch this link in action. See, it takes me exactly where I told it to go. If you decide you don't want the link, remove it with the next button. I'll explain the Read More button when we talk about adding blog posts in the next video. This one displays additional formatting controls. This drop-down menu is more important than it looks. If you play around with its options, you'll see that it changes the formatting of the entire current paragraph. I'll change that back to paragraph, then add a header line. Now not only does this provide pleasing visual page organization, but search engines love headings, which makes them another great place to use your keywords. Heading 1 is more important to search engines than heading 2, and so forth, but you may just want to choose whichever heading looks best. You can click Preview anytime to see how the finished page will look, but the page won't be visible to visitors online until you click Publish. Once you do, you can still make changes and click Update to save them. Now that this page is published, I can show you one more great SEO trick. The page title is another great spot to use keywords because search engines take page titles very seriously. And what search engines love even more is the web address. Let's go back to the Settings tab and click where it says Permalinks. Permalinks are the structure of your website's URL. It's what shows up after the /. See my domain name, followed by some arbitrary numbers and letters? That's not very descriptive, is it? That means it's not very helpful for search engines, which means your site is less likely to show up in search results. Let's fix that right now. If you choose Custom Structure, you can add a / plus a keyword that will automatically show up in the web address for all of your posts. It won't show up for pages, which is what we're creating in this video, but you'll see it work in the next video. Save your changes when you finish. With permalink settings properly configured, you can now take advantage of some additional permalink functionality. This title is great for SEO, but it's an awfully long title to be showing in my site header. And I'd really like to simplify it. Lucky for us, WordPress lets us have it both ways. Let's go back to the dashboard in the other tab and I'll show you how this is done. I'll change the title to the shorter version, then edit the page permalink to include my SEO keyword version. Note that WordPress replaces any spaces with dashes. I'll update the page and show you exactly what happens. Now the page link looks nice for site visitors, and the permalink contains descriptive keywords for search engines. Everybody wins. When I scroll down this page, however, notice that it has a big leave a reply box where visitors can make comments. That's great if you want interactions on your site like a blog, but not really professional looking for a static page. From your page editing screen, go to the upper right-hand side of the window and click where it says Screen Options. Find the box that says Discussion and check that box. Scroll down to the bottom of the page to turn comments off here. Click Update. Let's see if it worked. Nice. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is all great information, Dave, and everything looks really easy, but what if I want to add a photo to my page? That's a great question, because adding images can make the user experience much more interesting and effective. So I'll show you how, and then we'll finish up this video. Start by clicking the Add Media button.
We haven't uploaded any files yet, so it takes us straight to the upload screen. You can either drag and drop a file from another folder on your computer here, or click Select Files to browse to a location on your computer. Once you find the file you want, select it and click Choose to upload it to WordPress, and then it's ready to be added to your pages or posts.
But wait, don't insert this photo quite yet. See all these information boxes right here on the right side? This info is important for SEO because search engines sometimes use it even when visitors don't see it on your site. So let's update it now. First, I'll change the image name to make it more descriptive and SEO friendly. As always, I'll use my chosen keywords if possible. Now these options change depending on whether you're uploading an image, video, sound file, PDF, or other document. I can also tell the image how to align within my page. I can make the image a hyperlink for users to click. I'll link to the image attachment page which displays its information. And I can choose to display a smaller or larger sized image within this post. When you're ready, click Insert into Post. Voila! You now have an image on your page. You can even move it around with this text editor and change the alignment or click here to edit info or change the size. I'll just make some adjustments and click Update. Now let's see what it looks like. Awesome! We now have an image that aligns nicely within the text and looks great. As long as we're talking about using images on your website, I should warn you about a few common pitfalls. First, image formats. JPEG and PNG are the most common formats for the internet. JPEG works well with photos, and PNG is a good choice for line art with crisp edges, and for logos. Also be aware of image size and compression for the fastest and best looking results. If your site features lots of images, and you'd like to display them in fancy ways, then you'll want to install an image gallery plugin, which I'll explain in the plugins video. See how easy it is to create with WordPress? You never need to worry about making mistakes because if you ever want to make changes, you'll find all your pages right here under All Pages, where you can edit or delete them. Now you know all about adding static content for your site with pages. Take a moment to plan the pages you want for your site. Maybe look at similar sites for ideas, then add those pages and come back to watch the next video to learn how to make new blog posts, which is a very similar process with just a few differences. We'll see you then.